to anybody who can't answer this question, how do I find ways to do real research on like the conspiracy theories, like the Adrenochrome conspiracy theory or the QAnon conspiracy theory? Because if you like Google this stuff, it just comes up with how it's all false and just a conspiracy theory. But I'd like to know their side of the research and what
That
evidence they might
typically
have towards
happens when you research a conspiracy theory, which is I'm not a big conspiracy guy, so
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
I mean, I don't really know anything about conspiracy theories at all.
You
Just read the Daily Groiper.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You got to scour the internet, man. It's tough. But, or you just talk to trusted people. Like the way that I found out about conspiracy theories is people tell me, it's sort of like an oral tradition. It's kind of like the Talmud. It's a lot like the Talmud, which is to say you should Google that and read what's in it. But yeah, like people tell me like adrenochrome, people in Michigan told me that one. Have you ever heard the one about the wells? Do you ever heard the expression poison the well?
I mean, I've heard the expression. I don't know that
Do you know where it comes
particular
from?
conspiracy theory. No.
So this is another one that was relayed to me
Nick,
orally.
remember what fangirl's about to enter the chat, just a warning.
Who fangirls?
I'll answer this question and I'll see what I can do, see what happens.
All right. So the phrase poison the well comes from during the Black Plague in medieval times. What would happen is that the plague would be spread through the water supply. There was suspicion that people were getting sick in the towns and the villages because the water supply was poisoned. And who they blamed, and you know, there is evidence for this, who they blamed at the time was Jewish people, because they found that the Jewish people in the town were not getting sick and the white people were. And in many cases, they caught rabbis and other Jewish people poisoning the wells with plague. And there's a lot more to it, but like these are the kinds of theories which you probably can't find them anywhere on the internet, although there are books about them and I've read books about them, and like there's a lot of evidence for the one I just described. But you just have to hear them from people. You have to join like communities and talk to people, because otherwise, like adrenochrome, how else would you hear about adrenochrome other than Alex Jones or like someone else telling it to you? You know,
I don't even know what that is.
Adrenochrome is this it's like this psychological what is it? It's this hallucinogenic drug.
Do I want to know what it is?
Yeah.
It's derived from people's blood when they experience like an adrenaline rush. And like what it does is it's 16 times more powerful than DMT. Do you know what DMT is?
Yeah, I know what that is.
It's 16 times more powerful. And DMT, do you know about DMT that when people trip on DMT, if they trip together, that they remember the same hallucinations? They have a shared hallucination.
Yeah, I watched Joe Rogan.
But what that means is that they're not, it's not like a normal hallucinogen. It means they're going to another plane. And so if adrenochrome is 16 times more powerful, then what we can say is that they are basically communing with other entities on a spiritual level. And the way that they extract adrenochrome is by torturing people, because that's how you extract it, is from when people experience trauma, when people experience panic, the fight or flight response. So the theory is that our elites are doing human trafficking so they can harvest adrenochrome, and they're basically addicted to getting high on it and communing with evil spirits. But that's just a theory. Is
it more potent in young children? Just a question.
Yes.
It's supposed to be.
That's all I ever want to hear about that again. I'm never going to look it up. That
okay.
To Morgan, I if you want some more like memetic stuff, funny stuff, Panther Den has some fun stuff you could watch where it has interesting symbols that make you think. When it comes to stuff like the Finders Keepers cult and stuff like that, Mr. Mediker is a good resource. He has a lot of like 3-hour videos where he looks at FBI documents and all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
What?
Also, Sharia LaBeouf is pretty good with some Saturn stuff. It's a good introduction to learn more about Saturn and demons and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
You're going to have a much harder time than you used to finding stuff like that on the internet, because it used to be you could just, it was just, everything was out there. You'd go on YouTube. When I was like 11 years old, I was like clicking through like YouTube, like recommended videos, and I was like 11 years old. And I watched one of Alex Jones's old movies, and that was like the first way that I like started getting into that stuff. So it's a lot easier back then. Nowadays, like Nick said, it's pretty much scrubbed from the internet. You're not really going to find it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of just have to like follow certain people and like talk to people and stuff, and then target your searches based on that.
It's basically been replaced by like a Shane Dawson type of video where it's like this surface level conspiracy theory. He talked about the Illuminati for the longest time, but no one wants to go into like who's behind the Illuminati or what it really stands for. It's just like this surface level, basically white girl conspiracy theory.
Holy cow, Alice in Wonderland, we have gone down the rabbit hole full-fledged.
Based.
Why is everything based, dog? Like I can't do
That guy went off on. It's so true though. They always do that.
Come home, fatty.
Come home. Your blood remembers, fatty.
Yeah. And then like
Come
forgotten
home,
much.
Southern man.
But your
I
blood
see
remembers.
like these people. There's like this one guy whose picture says, "Love you, Nick. Take the mask off, my fascist brother."
Whoa, no.
bruh.
That's what it says, dog.
Cringe.
Well, whoever's saying that should be banned. So where are my
Jaden.
mods? I
Man, it's
see you
free
all in
speech.
here, but nobody.
Jaden, I'm here. I can't be modding.
So,
Let's see. Let's move. Thank you, Morgan, for the question. I like your hair.
Thank you.